Hi, in this video I'll show you how you can start using Node.js Tools for Visual Studio with your existing project. I've selected this project on GitHub, which uses Node, Express, and the Twitter API. In order to make use of the Twitter API, you'll need a regular Twitter account. Then head over to apps.twitter.com to create an application. This is free and will give you an API key and access token. I've already downloaded the sources from GitHub on my machine. Let's switch over to Visual Studio. In the New Project dialog, I'll select JavaScript Node.js from existing Node.js code. I'll give it a name and I'll browse to the location of the code, which is here. Press OK. So the path to the code looks correct. This is the filter which will be used to include files in the project. app.js is the correct startup file, and that's the path to the project file which will be created. I'll hit finish, and our project's ready. Let's try to run the project now. And we're getting an error because it's not finding Express. If we go to our project node here, npm, it's listing all the modules that are missing. Those are listed in the package JSON, but they haven't been installed yet. That's easy to fix. Just right click here, say install missing npm modules, and that's going to go online and download them and install them. We have more features on npm integration, which I won't show you here, such as a UI for installing new packages, a display of the online catalog. See our other videos and documentation for details on npm integration. We can try to run again, and now we're getting a missing module config, and this config example here, you can just rename that to config and copy paste your keys from the Twitter API page, which I will do offline here, and we'll continue. Okay, so I've got my keys all set up. Let's run again. So let's give it two topics, like tea and coffee. And the app works. Now let's see how we can use the debugger integration. I'll put a few breakpoints in this search function and this perform analysis function, and we'll run. NTVS has all the debugging features you'd expect in Visual Studio, such as breakpoints, watch windows, even more advanced features such as remote debugging, edit continue. You can even remote debug Windows Azure websites. And we've hit our breakpoint. I can just step here. We'll see our choices, which were coffee and tea. Can hit F5. And now we break into the analysis function. We'll analyze one set of tweet. So I can look at it here. This tweet mentions green tea, so we're analyzing all the tweets on tea. If I hit F5, now it should be the tweets on coffee. Can step. This was the tweet. This is the score. And just continue. NTVS also has profiler support. We launch it from the Analyze menu, launch Node.js profiling. We'll say we want to profile the project, hit Start, and we're going to give it some data to process. Now that's not going to be a whole lot of computing, but just to give you an idea. Now it's going to create the log and open up the report. And if you've seen reports for profiling for other languages, this looks just the same. We use the same UI. And here you can see both functions, index and search, did the most work. You can click on them, get more details. See the documentation or other videos for more details on profiling with Node.js. One last thing we'll look at is how you can take your project and publish it to a Windows Azure website. So normally when you create a new project, you get all the files you need for publishing. But in the case of existing project, we don't currently create those files. So this is something we plan on streamlining in a future release, but for now we'll create a new project and we'll copy the files from there. And no, don't install the packages, I'm not going to need them. So we created a bin directory with some files here and also web config files. So those are the files we need. And so I'll go to Explorer, I'll select the bin and the web config files, copy, go to my project and paste. So one thing to look out for is the web config file as a reference to the startup file, which is app.js, and that matches in our case. But if it doesn't, when you get to running the website, you'll get an error. So just make sure that matches. And now we're ready to publish. So to start the publish operation, right click on your project, say publish. Here we'll import and we'll create a new website. If the dialogues look slightly different, that might be because you don't have the Azure SDK installed. So you get more functionality when you do. You just need for it to load the location. And now we can create. So normally you could do that from the Windows Azure management portal, but it's more convenient to do it from within NTVS. Select OK, and we'll just keep all the defaults and we'll hit publish. And that's going to take a while. It's going to copy all the files up to the website, and I'll come back when it's done. The publish has completed and it opened the web browser for our website. You can see it's running at the website that I created on Windows Azure. Let's make sure it works. NTVS has many more features that weren't covered in this video, such as IntelliSense, Jade syntax highlighting, and interactive window. So please watch our videos and see our documentation for more information. Thanks for watching.